Hello again, welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. Many thanks to my good friend Dave, the Urban Viking Ale Review, for sending me today's beer. Check him out on YouTube, he's got a fantastic beer reviewing channel. I watched nearly all of his videos. I might let one slip now and again, but well, this is one I watched on his show just the other week. This is from the Williams Brothers Brewing, and it's Alba Scots Pine Ale. Check out the bottle cap, it's absolutely fantastic. Love the design on that. Now the only other Williams Brothers beer I had, I think it was a golden ale. It was described as zesty, and I mean it was nice, but this on the other hand is 7.5% ABV, and I want to give a quick explanation. This is an ancient brew. They're actually brewing with, let me read it out. Introduced by the Vikings, spruce and pine ales were very popular in northern Scotland until the end of the 19th century. Alba is a triple style ale brewed to the traditional Highland recipe using the sprigs of spruce and pine collected every spring. This complex, rich, tawny ale is best drunk at room temperature from a wine goblet. Malted barley, Scots pine and Scots sprigs. Spruce sprigs are the ingredients in this beer. Let's get it open. Now there's a reason I was on the internet and looked. It's an old-fashioned brew. A really old-fashioned brew which they've resurrected. The reason being is because they couldn't get the certain hops that they needed in Scotland to grow. They couldn't get it to grow in the cold weather up there. So instead they used to flavour their beer with heather and Scots pine and spruce, which is great. We won't answer that. It's probably Mrs. Real Ale Guide if you just finished work. Okay, the colour of this beer is a copper, golden copper colour. There's good amounts of carbonation streaming from the bottom of the glass. It's a one finger head, which as I'm looking at it is climbing. It's actually, well, maybe it's just holding its own. It's not dying off too much. It is. Never mind about that. Right, let's get the nose. Okay. Straight away there's a nice toffee. There's a nice toffee to this beer. Nice malty toffee nose. Let's get into it. Cheers. I'm not getting any hops because there's probably not that much in there. Let me pause it. Sorry about that, everybody. The phone was ringing, I had to answer it. Well, basically, it's classic David Urban Viking. It's just like his channel, because the phone rings, the doorbell goes. I mean, it's just, I couldn't have even put that down on a script. That was just one of those classic moments. Okay, back to the beer. I kind of forgotten where I was, so I'm gonna give a quick glance at the start again. It's been sitting there for 5 minutes. Still plenty of carbonation coming from the glass. The nose was, yeah, it was like a really nice kind of like strawberry nose to it. Let's get a taste. And the taste is very medieval or primeval. This is a Viking brew. This is a Viking brew. It really is. It's like drinking. You know you're going. They've pulled a recipe which is hundreds of years old, hundreds and hundreds of years old, and just seeing if it was bottle conditioned. I don't think it is. As I was saying earlier, though, there was no hops up in Scotland, so they never used any hops. They had to use alternative ingredients, which was off the local land. I bet they tried so many different things before they got to what they wanted and what it tastes like. But going back to what I was saying, it's like turning back time. It's like opening a beer from a really old recipe, putting it in a glass, and it's history. It's history in the glass. You're drinking something which my great grandfather wouldn't have, or might have tasted, but it's that old in the as a style of beer, and I think it's great. I really do think it's great. I've come across a few breweries now who. Let's take another sip. It's very floral. Again, like a floral kind of sweet, flowery. Maybe a pinch of cherry or strawberry, something along them lines. But it's very special, and there's no, for 7.5% ABV, there is not a bit of an alcohol burn, none at all. It's been brewed fantastically well to hide the alcohol. At 7.5%, that is a pretty mean achievement. That really is. But as I was saying, it's a really old recipe. So it's just like drinking history in a glass. History in a glass, there you go. That's how I describe it. The condition of the beer, let me get the beer to focus first. Let me get this beer to focus. Right, let me rock the beer back and forth. Look at the condition on the beer. You get them tiny little bubbles next to the head. It's absolutely fantastic. I really like that when you get that a lot with cask beer, where you can see the fine bubbles, but you don't very often see it in a bottled beer. The bubbles are normally, or not normally, but I mean, I suppose normally quite thick and chunky. They're bigger bubbles on the beer, but the bubbles are very small. And I can understand why Dave reviewed this and thought to send it to me for Christmas. Because in all honesty, it's something which I've never tried, never tasted this kind of Scots pine and sprigs. It's unbelievable. There's so much quality to this beer. I read you out the description on the back. I'll give you the website, www.heatherale.co.uk, and I mean, I'm sure it's been brewed, well, the Williams Brothers Brewing, they must have a website. It's probably williamsbrothersbrewing.co.uk or .com. Check them out. Google Williams Brothers Brewing, you'll find them. Check out Dave's channel at www.youtube.com/Urban Viking Ale Review. Pardon me. He's on Facebook, Twitter. You'll find him. Brilliant reviewer. I watched a lot of his videos. I found it quite fitting how the phone rang here whilst doing the review, because something is always going on with Dave reviews, whether the washing machine's going or, I don't know, he's turning the lights on and off, or the phone's going, or the doorbell's going. It's great. You know, it's just class. It's just class. So check him out. I'm going to give a rating to this Williams brother Alba. I just like the thought process. That's what I was earlier on. I was saying there's a few breweries now who are digging through their archives and putting out old recipes. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I've tried some Fuller's Past Masters, their double stout and their double X strong ale. Just went straight to the history books and pulled it out. This, they've gone to the history books and pulled out an old recipe. There's a few other breweries doing it. I like the fact that we can draw on this knowledge that we have with brewing. It's not lost in time. For that reason, and for the effort, and more importantly the taste of this beer, it's like cherries and strawberry, and there's so much going on that I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 from the Real Ale Guide. Very, very good beer, and as I said before, I can see why Dave sent it to me. Thanks for watching another edition of the Real Ale Guide. You can email me at realaleguide@googlemail.com. Facebook is facebook.com/realaleCraftBeer, and Twitter is twitter.com/realaletoday. But thanks for watching. I love your comments. Put them in the comments box. Subscribe if you like, and cheers.